excited.
Is there something special playing Wake growing up in that area? Or how does their fan base react to their season? Is it as rapid as it is here?
Yeah, it's not as rabid, but they're loyal. There's no doubt about it, and special is an understatement. Every time I play this team, but especially when I go home, it's definitely flashbacks to when my father coached for them. I was 6 years old, 7 years old. I'd be in the family section, yellow wig, cheering like no tomorrow for the Demon Deacons. So I know what their home locker room looks like. I know what it's like to run out after the motorcycle. It's almost like I'm on the rival, like I'm on the rival side for sure, which I love this side. But yeah, anytime I get to go home, I love it. It's one of a kind for sure.
We need to see a picture of that young.
Mom has one. Y'all hit up Nicole Henry. She will definitely send it out. There's no doubt about that.
What did your dad coach?
He was all over the defense side of the ball, DBs, little linebacker, finished up there as the special teams coordinator. We were at Wake Forest from 2001, which was when I was 2 years old, and I forgot what year he got let go, but I was right before high school for me, 8th grade, 9th grade year. So we was there for a long time, a lot of great years. 2006 ACC championship. I told Coach Swinney all the time, if my dad doesn't beat him, then he don't get this job. We're the reason he got this job. Wake Forest beat Clemson. So it's a good tenure there for sure.
I guess how is your dad doing? Obviously, had to get surgery.
Yeah, he's doing much better. He's definitely supposed to take it a little slower than he is. He's hard-headed, stubborn, if you will, and mom's trying to get on him for that, but he just wants to see me play. He's doing everything he can to just come watch every game. That's the great father that he is. But he's doing much better. He's doing much better, and just been so appreciative for Help Hope Live and that process and this whole community. Still don't take it for granted, for sure.
As sort of a leader of this defense, what's your take 3 games in? Have y'all been as dominant as you might have expected going in? And what's your assessment of things just at this juncture?
Definitely not as dominant. I expect us to shut out every team we play, just because I know that's the standard we have for ourselves, and that's the talent that we have. With that being said, I think we've grown. Every week. Hit a little plateau versus Furman for sure, but definitely some great things that have been put out there. A lot of turnovers this past weekend. We're very, very disappointed in how many points we let up. Regardless of who's on the field, that's an expectation we have for ourselves. And I know we had some guys out, whatever. I know that's kind of trending as well, but we're going to play a lot of great teams and have to sub a lot of people. And I think one of the better parts of our team and this defense is our depth. So really just pushing that when one guy's in, one guy's out, the standard stays the same. That's been the motto and been the message since I've been here. So really really honing in on that. But as a collective 3 games, I think it's a good start. 3-0, better start than last season, and all of our goals that we have set for this team are still ahead of us. So definitely some things we'll learn from today, but in a good spot for sure.
Top 25 matchup is probably you guys' biggest test this season thus far. What's kind of the mindset heading into today?
My mindset for sure is they hold the belt. Atlantic Division champs. They are the team to beat. If you want to take it from them, it's going through Winston-Salem. That's for everybody on this side of the conference. So if we want to get where we want to be at the end of the season, we got to handle business in Winston-Salem. There's just no way around it. And that's the mindset through the whole week, is understanding that regardless of, the success we had with them last year, that they were in the ACC championship, not us. And that's because we didn't handle our business, throughout the year. So it's definitely with a get-back mindset. We're ready to go up there and, wreak havoc. And we're excited and we're determined for sure.
What kind of challenges does Sam Hartman present?
Yeah, he's challenging. We're trying to compete of who can stay longer. That's one challenge that's been up for sure. But with that, being a vet, he's just an older guy, and with experience, comes wisdom, especially at the quarterback position. Very talented, athletic, and I know he's just excited to get back on with his team. I'm really, happy to see that he's healthy more than anything. Was, hurt to see. I know he was too with the news of him missing a couple games. Never necessarily want to see that out of a competitor. So glad to see him back, and I know he's ready to grind and, make a statement, and, take us down at home. So, I know that it's just a grittiness that he has to him, that, that moxie that you have in that quarterback position. It's kind of hard to explain. But he definitely possesses it, and I think as a defense, the goal is always to just kind of turn over that, early. Really try and set the tone for the game. That's going to be a big focus for us, for sure.
What do you have to, I'm sorry, what do you have to do to change things? You're going against a different caliber quarterback now, so when you get in conference play, what do you need to do better?
Yeah, 100%. It's different for each week for sure. You alluded to the conference, but it's different week in and week out for each quarterback and each team. For this one, they're really good at the slow read inside zone, making you be patient, making you stay in your gaps, and making the trenches really work on both sides of the ball. So it's really going to be who wants it more. I think and every game's going to be decided about the trenches, and I think that as a defensive line, we really got to set the tone early that we come into play. And I think, like I said, as a quarterback who's been here a long time, he's seen our defense a lot, so we have to give him different looks, that he hasn't seen over the years, and really just try and challenge him. But at the end of the day, we got to be relentless, man. That's, definitely parts that I've seen out of our team this past weekend, and that was exciting to see. And now it's just putting that together for 4 quarters. And I think in every game we've all seen just those little lulls that we have, and we're trying to just get rid of those. That's kind of the goal. And definitely coming into conference play, that's going to be big. So really just trying to hone in on having a complete game offensively and defensively.
KJ, I know you guys say that you treat everything the same. Is there going to be any more? I mean, it's got to feel different knowing that the conference season's really starting now, and right away with a couple of really big opponents that could go a long way to where you guys want to get to.
Yeah, we won't prepare any differently. I think it's big that you really set a standard of repetition, as you get through the season. So no matter who you play, you are always preparing the same way. That's for anybody that's competing in this game. But at the same time, it's all about the attention to details. It's the focus that you bring, each and every day to, try and figuring out what you can do to give yourself the upper hand on Saturday. So that's going to be the challenge this week. Sam and that offense, brings that challenge. They a high-tempo team who love to put a lot of points on the board. So like I said, we just kind of have to dig into what we've been doing these past couple of years and try and, find a way to make it better.
You mentioned to us before the first week about, hey, the ACC isn't just Clemson. You've been talking about it's not just Clemson.
Yeah.
Yet the non-conference schedule so far, I think the league's won like 82% of its games or something like that. That's got to say something about what this league is, and maybe people just aren't paying attention.
Yeah, the last thing I'm gonna do is go out on the side of the street and say we have the best conference. That's really not for me to say, but I know we have great competitors in this league, great teams in this league, and like you said, 82% success rate outside of the conference. That speaks to really just how much we've grown as a league, and I could talk all day about all the quarterbacks we have, especially the ones we're going to have to play this season. It's definitely going to be a challenge week in and week out. There's no doubt about it.
Just taking a step back to the Furman game, Coach Swinney had some words for the defense in terms of just not feeling like you guys put in maximum effort.
Yeah.
How much perspective did you guys gain from that game? How did you take those words from Coach, and how did you kind of lead?
Yeah. Took him to heart. Coach Swinney's smart. He knows what he's doing now, and he knows we're going to see that stuff. It really pissed me off. I'm not going to lie to you. But it's using that anger in a way that, helps better the team. And he knows that we're going to do that. We're going to take that challenge. Like, we didn't play to our standard. We didn't play to his standard. And if we were soft, we were being lazy, and that's what it was. And, as one of the leaders on the defense, I definitely take that on the chin. So, but all the guys do, that no, there's not one person on this defense who's just like shrugging their shoulders and, letting that just be okay. That's not okay with anybody. No one's doing it intentionally by any means. But we just have to understand, what we put out there, and like I said, just make it better each week. That's the goal.
What's been your evaluation of the pass rush so far, and what kind of role do you think maybe that's played in some of the chunk plays you guys have given up in the passing game?
I think that's a great question. Talking to Wes, I think the last game they threw the ball over 50 times and we're getting the ball out in like 1.8 seconds. Aaron Donald's good, but I don't know if he's getting there in 1.8 seconds. And we are good, and we're gonna keep, like I said, relentless is the name of the game. We're just gonna keep coming as fast as we can for as long as we need to. But if they're getting the ball out quick, they're getting the ball out quick. We just want to be able to just hone in on that as far as how people want to attack us. Right, early in the year it was screens that were killing us. I think we showed last game that we're not going to let that beat us this year. But we'll still get a flavor of those, and then getting the ball out early. But like I alluded to, the ACC is they got some offensive linemen, they got some good competition. So we expect a little more drop back pass as we get throughout the year, and that's when we have to start showing up as a D line for sure. So it's been about the best it could be as far as our plan and our mindset. Just when you don't have necessarily the opportunities, you don't have the opportunities. So hopefully from a back end standpoint, we can understand that and really attack that as far as understanding people want to get the ball out quick. But like I said, defensively, defensive line wise, we can't get lulled to sleep. Just got to keep being on that attack mindset.
You guys have maybe more success than anybody at slowing down Wake Forest, relative to what they kind of points and yards they put on everybody else last year. What was sort of the key to that last year?
Can't give you the key. We do have a couple things we like to do. But I will say one of the big things is, like I said earlier, definitely, in the offensive line, defensive line matchup. From a defensive line standpoint, you see it, week in and week out, they're a team that just, kind of wants to just keep pushing the line of scrimmage, as they're, reading their progressions. And we have to be very intentional on, just holding ground, not moving, really staying in our gaps, being very disciplined. All right, disciplined defense isn't the most flashy defense, but it's what wins games, and we have to be disciplined. Yeah.
KJ, what's it going to be like when everybody on the defensive line is healthy?
Ooh, it's going to be what we expected it to be. With the vision we have for this summer. I think we've been a wrecking force so far, but sky's the limit for when everybody's healthy. Now, with that being said, the game we play, I don't know if we'll ever get everybody healthy, especially not 100%. Ain't nobody gonna be 100%. But as we start to get guys matriculating back in, we're just gonna keep getting better and better.
Doesn't seem like it's happening very often.
Nah. When you playing this game, you know what you sign up for. Just bumps and bruises and body aches, but it comes with it. You love it. So we understand that, and guys are doing a great job committing, to the recovery process and things like that. So, that's the goal, is to get everybody back. We're working towards it.
Coach Swinney said that Bryan was going to be back on campus and returning to practice today. I was wondering, have you had a chance to kind of meet with him and talk with him at all since he's been back?
Yeah, we chopped it up a little bit. Just kind of between me and him, but we'll get to see his face today. Just happy to see him. Just happy to come and love on him as he gets back around the facility. I know he's probably just wanting to get some football in, so that's what we're gonna make it about. Make it about some football today, and we get a chance. Some of us get a chance to attend his sister's funeral tomorrow. So that'll be a great time to just let him know that his brothers are right there beside him through everything he's going through. But I know for me, selfishly, I'll be happy to see his face. Love the kid, so it's good to have him back.
How important is it during this time period to let him know that the team's got him while you're going through this tough time?
The most important thing is there's nothing more important. Football doesn't matter. Wins don't matter. This is real life, and this is not something you can practice or prepare for. It's just genuine. And I know for a fact that he's got so many brothers that just love him, and it's even if you didn't know Ella personally, it's just hard to see someone you love in this much pain. So that's the most important thing. No doubt about it is to let him know how much we love and care for him, and we're gonna move at the pace he's ready for. No one's gonna push him to do anything and that he's not ready to do. With that being said, he's made it very clear that his sister would want him to give the best, that he has, and I know he's going to probably come in with a mindset of just getting ready to get back to work. But it doesn't happen like that. It's not that easy. So even through the ups and downs, like I said, you can't practice for it. We're just going to be there every step of the way.
Any questions for KJ from Zoom?
Can you answer the question? Yeah, KJ, this is Bryan Hall with WFMY Greensboro Football as well. Just your time with Coach Snow and at West Forsyth, how did that help develop and start to mold you into the player that you are today?
Great. What's up, Brian? I know exactly what I'm talking to. Just texted Coach Snow on the way over here, making sure I get my dog in this weekend. It's made me who I am today. He nurtures everybody there at West Forsyth. He loves his players. He's real committed to, their next level, getting everybody to college. And he's been a rock in my life for me. So, because I could sit here all day and speak highly of a good old Snowball, but he's been good. He's been good.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, Dave, this is Matt Connolly. I was just wondering, when quarterbacks are getting rid of the ball quickly, how do you balance wanting to get there and wanting to get pressure, but also knowing when maybe it's just best to get your hands up and try to bat the ball?
Yeah, that's what the coaches get paid the big bucks for. They got to figure out the balance stuff. We go where they say go and attack how they say attack. Hey, Coach West, he's a smart guy. I'm letting him do his job. And like I said, the calls he puts in, that each call, it kind of tells you the mindset of the play and how you should attack it. Once you get into the details of the defense, so we just take it play by play.
And I know you said Dabo was smart and would hear what y'all would hear what he was saying to the media last week. Just what was his kind of message directly to y'all behind the scenes in the defense?
Yeah, it wasn't nothing he said to the media that he didn't say to us in a different tone, if you will. But we had already heard the message, and that's all it is, hearing the message. The tone is what it is, but it's all about hearing the message. Hear what he says, and then just trying to grow. You can't go backwards. All you can do is go forward. So that's what it's going to be this week. And every week going forward, it's always going to be room to progress, whether it be a small amount or a large amount. So it's hearing, the points and the critiques and just trying to get better. And that's what the challenge was last week, and it'll be the same challenge this week.
All right, thank you, KJ.
Thank you,
Up
guys.
next is going to be Adam